Hello, everybody. This is Drama with Crisco. I'm Crisco Wild, and today I want to talk about some goddamn drama. So, we're going to get this off my chest. I was involved in a negative interaction with somebody today, and I want to explore that a little bit. So, let's get into this. Meet Meowtendo. This person right here. Well, this is just an icon. This is a little cartoon, but this is what they use to represent themselves on Twitter. I don't know who this person is. This is just some random person. Um, they showed up in my Twitter feed as a result of a good buddy of mine, Handsome Jackass. Now, I don't know exactly what the relationship is between Handsome Jackass and Meow Tendo. Maybe they're friends. Maybe they're a little bit more. I don't know, but they're tight, I guess, because Handsome Jackass is out here buying her controllers. He's a nice guy, of course he would do that. He never bought me a controller, but he's buying her controllers. So I don't know. Are they boyfriend and girlfriend? Are they just friends? Is he flirting? Is he simping? Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, I had a negative interaction with this person. It didn't start out negative, but it became negative. I saw this person on my Twitter feed, and they made a tweet. And here's the tweet. Um, well, they deleted the tweet, right? They deleted the tweet, but the tweet essentially was she was talking about Karl Jobst or Karl Jobst. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. I don't really know who he is either. I know him about as well as I know Meowtendo, which is to say, not at all. But she was shitting all over him, saying that he's a shitter, he's a piece of fucking trash or whatever she was saying. I don't remember. But she did say something about Karl Jobst, and she said something about him inciting hatred. So my curiosity was piqued, and I interacted with this person, and I said, okay, who is he? Who is Karl Jobst? And what hatred is he inciting? I want to know. Sounds interesting. I never got a response, as you can see. She deleted the tweet, took it down, it's gone, no more tweet, and I didn't get a response. GG, right? So that's that. I thought, okay, I'm not going to hear from her about that again, and put it out of your mind. It's gone. Move on to better things. Go learn Ocarina of Time. Have fun with that game. Cool. So that happens, and it's an afterthought. And I don't know how much time has passed since then. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't fucking know. Um, but eventually, and by eventually I mean today, I come across Meowtendo in Handsome Jackass's stream, and the name looked familiar. I put two and two together in my head, and I think, okay, here's a perfect opportunity for me to follow up on that with Meowtendo. I can ask Meowtendo while Meowtendo is here. So what you're about to see is that conversation as it took place in Handsome Jackass's stream, and you'll get my thoughts on it, and we'll explore that. So this is the first screenshot. This is post hello, right? So I didn't just immediately jump into this. I also said hi to everybody that was in there. But I asked Meowtendo, who's this dude? What's his deal? Who's this dude that you don't like? And Meowtendo opens up with, oh, you must mean Karl. But there's also two other dudes that, potentially I'm talking about. I don't know who Seth and Pat are. Uh, I guess she, hates a lot of people. It's in the same boat as me. I can't judge. So, well, I don't know if I would say I hate a lot of people. I dislike a lot of people. Maybe she just dislikes these people too. Maybe she hates them. I don't fucking know. Anyways, but we confirmed that we're talking about Karl Jobst. And HJ hits me with the old, now's not the time or place for this discussion, which I fucking hate. I hate when people tell me that. I can't stand that shit. Like, why the fuck not? What could be so bad about this conversation that we can't talk about it in your chat? Like, I understand if, all I want is to talk about video games, okay. But like, it's such a defensive, evasive thing to say because you know that you're not going to tell me, let's talk about it later. Let's talk about it in Discord. How about we talk about it in DMs? You know you're not going to say that, right? You're saying it because you don't want to talk about it at all. And if you don't want to talk about it at all, why don't you just say, I don't want to talk about it at all? Why do you say, now's not the time or now's not the place? Why do you bring time and place into it? You know you don't want to talk about it. So you're just wasting time. And you're being insincere. That's my take on that. They go on to tell me who this guy is. He's a drama YouTuber. He's speedrunner adjacent, maybe. Quote unquote journalist, apparently. Swallowed a thesaurus and stoked some flames. Well, you say that. Obviously, I want to know what's up. What flames is he stoking? This is some juicy drama. Tell me, is he stoking some flames? I want to know. So, moving on. Um, Again, not the time, not the place. We're not going to talk about it. Um, Yeah, and I'm okay with that. We don't have to talk about it here. I don't personally see a problem with talking about it here, but if you don't want to, we don't have to, right? We can talk about it anywhere. A chat room is a chat room is a chat room. A text field is a text field. It doesn't fucking matter to me. It could be in Discord or Gilded or Twitch chat or fucking draw on the sidewalk outside in chalk. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So I say, okay, when and where do you want to talk about it that's comfortable for you? Anywhere is fine for me. It doesn't matter to me. And the response is again, not the time, it's not the place. So, Meowtendo repeats herself, so I repeat myself. I said, oh, well, anywhere is fine. Like I said. And she says, oh, I missed that comment. Okay, that's fine. People miss comments. It's whatever. I miss comments. So, so now that we've established that you missed the comment, and now that we've established that you see the comment, right? So we're back to square one here, which is I'm waiting on you to give me an alternate location for this conversation, which I think is completely reasonable. You don't want to talk about it here or now. Okay, well, that implies to me, and I think to any reasonable person, that you would be okay with talking about it somewhere else and talking about it later. I know better, right? I'm not stupid. I recognize evasion when I see it. So I might be hoping that Meowtendo is going to come at me with an alternate location, but I know she's not. I'm not dumb. Like I said, I know evasion when I see it. And that's what this is. So eventually, my suspicions end up being correct. Because Meowtendo says, real talk, I don't want to talk about this shit at all. I have no interest. I'm not into it. And it, it's fine, right? Like you can't hate on a person for not wanting to talk about some drama, especially if they've talked about drama a lot. Like I'm not entitled to get your feelings on the drama that you put out on Twitter, right? I can ask, and that's what this is. I'm asking because I'm curious, but I'm not entitled to your answer. You don't have to tell me. The problem I have is, um, like why waste my time? Just say from the jump, I don't want to talk about it. Don't dick me around with this whole now's not the time. Now's not the place. All right, when is the time? When is the place? Of course I'm going to ask that. When the answer is the time is never and the place is nowhere. Well, you just wasted my time then. Just say no. Just say no. That's all you have literally all you have to do is just say no. And I'll say, "Okay, you don't want to talk about it? Whatever." Well, no, that's not true. I might ask why not. But then you say, I've already talked about it to death with a bunch of other people. I'm exhausted. Um, I just don't have it in me. And I mean, what can I say to that? Oh fuck. I guess I'm fucked then, right? It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be evasive. You don't have to get defensive about it. And eventually Meowtendo does get defensive about it. She's like, I don't know why it's that important. It's not that important. I'm just curious. Just something I'm curious about. It's something I'm curious about. And when I get curious, I ask. That's me. So I point out it was important to you. I mean, you put the tweet out there. You're trying to ruin this guy. Whoever this fucking guy is, you're trying to ruin him. You're talking about he's inciting hatred. You're trying to get people to not like him. So this is obviously important to you. I'm curious. I want to know why. Why does this matter to you? Who is this guy? And then Handsome Jackass comes at me with the it's not any of your business, which I don't like that. And I'll tell you why. Whose business is it? Is it Meowtendo's business? Does Meowtendo have some kind of personal relationship with Karl Jobst that I don't know about? Who is this guy to her? That it's her business to get on Twitter and trash him and talk about he's inciting hatred, right? But it's not my business when she shows up on my Twitter feed uninvited because I'm friends with you that I can't ask her about what she's trashing on him for. You know what? You're right. Whatever Karl Jobst does is none of my business. But I suspect it's none of her business either. That's my suspicion. If I had to put money on it one way or the other, I'd put $100 down saying that she doesn't know this guy and he doesn't know her, and she's probably just a hater. She probably saw some shit that she didn't agree with, as people tend to do, and she's just hating on him. I would guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I want you to tell me if I'm wrong. I want to talk about it. It's none of my business. It's none of your business. It's none of her business. It's none of my business. I mean it as a friend. That pissed me off too, because I feel like the subtext there, I mean it as a friend. To me, that sounds like this is an intervention, and I'm like some kind of fucking drug addict, alcoholic that you've got to get help for. I'm so totally in the wrong. I mean it as a friend. Like you got your hand on my shoulder and you're telling me it's finally time to get some help. Mate, all I did was ask a fucking question. I mean it as a friend. Get that shit out of my face. Come on. Get out of here with that. So this whole interaction, it goes on for a little bit, but it's just me pointing out all you had to do was say, I don't want to talk about it. You tell me I don't want to talk about it right now. Obviously, I'm going to ask you, well, when do you want to talk about it? So it goes on, it goes on, it goes on. But eventually it ends. Handsome Jackass ended his stream pretty soon after that, and that was that. Now, I wanted to have this conversation with Handsome Jackass. I wanted him to join in, but he didn't want to be a part of it. And obviously, Meowtendo wasn't going to talk to me, um, because that chick hates me apparently. I, in preparation for this video, I was looking for that original tweet. You know the tweet that I showed you, where I asked, what hatred is he inciting? And she deleted the thing. I was looking for it on my Twitter feed, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find my response to that. And I think the reason that it didn't show up is because she blocked me. After, I think, after that stream, I think she went uh, on Twitter and blocked me. And I mean, I'm guessing, but she's probably blocked me everywhere. She's probably blocked me on her Twitch. I bet she's blocked me on Discord. She probably, put a restraining order out on me. I don't fucking know. But this is why I couldn't find the tweet. I had to go incognito to find it, but it's there. It still exists, right? My response to her deleted tweet still exists, and we've seen that. So this block didn't, completely help. But I didn't get the story from her, and I didn't really get the story from Handsome Jackass. Um, so who is Karl Jobst? I don't know who Karl Jobst is, right? I have no idea who this guy is. So I decided, okay, Let's look at his Twitter. So here's his Twitter. Who is Karl Jobst? Karl Jobst is, well, it doesn't really say. There's like nothing on here. He lives in Australia. That's cool, I guess. Um, he knows legal bites, which is cool. I like legal bites. Legal bites, I find I've watched legal bites on Nick Rekieta's stream. Legal bites is a nice lady, and she's smart, and she has her head on straight. She seems to know what she's talking about when it comes to law shit. So Karl Jobst is rolling with legal bites. Apparently, thank you, Karl Jobst, for inviting me to contribute to your follow-up about fraud in the retro video game market. It was a great project, and I'm so excited to see it published. Check out the video here. I haven't watched this, but is Karl Jobst exposing fraud in the retro video game market? That sounds cool to me. All right, I'm on board with that. I love exposing fraud, and I love exposing cheaters and shit. And I like legal bites. So far so good. And he's got a little cute little pumpkin kid. I don't know if this is his kid or if this is like a niece or a nephew or just some stray he picked up on the side of the road or whatever. But cute little pumpkin kid, cool. So far so good. I don't see anything in here so far that would make me think that he's inciting hatred. Um, and I saw this. Please do not harass anyone. I'm so sick of all this drama and shit. I can get on board with that. I like that tweet. I don't like harassing people. I hate when people harass. Um, so many insane lies being spread about me at the moment. We'll need to make a video addressing them soon. Holy shit. I know what that feels like, and I can relate to that. I've had plenty of people spread lies about me. Lots of people in the speedrunning community have spread lies about me, saying that I'm this and I'm that, and I'm sure people have said that I incite hatred or that I'm a hateful person, right? So, without knowing what his deal is, this tweet right here makes me feel sympathetic to him because I've been in that position. Maybe worse than him, maybe not as bad as him. I don't know. Because again, I don't know what his deal is. But I can feel for him if people are lying about him. Uh, Something about a proper update. I've been officially sued by Billy Mitchell. Nothing to worry about. The complaint is poor. It contains the usual lies and omissions we've come to expect. So, presumably, he probably tried to expose Billy Mitchell for being a scumbag cheater, allegedly, and got sued over it, right? Maybe? I don't know. Who knows? You know what this reminds me of? This whole situation with Karl Jobst and Billy Mitchell and lies and Meowtendo uh talking some shit about this dude on Twitter. It reminds me of Apollo Legend. That's what this reminds me of. Apollo Legend was a dude that also exposed cheating in the speedrun community and seemed to try his best to contribute positively to the community. And I think he got involved with Billy Mitchell too, if I remember correctly, and tried to expose him, and he got sued also. And if I remember correctly, some people in the speedrunning community and maybe in the gaming community in general bullied the shit out of him. And he ended up killing himself over it. So, with him on my mind as I think about this whole situation, I liked Apollo Legend. I've seen his videos. I liked his videos. I liked him. I thought he was a nice guy. I've talked to him before. I remember him making an account on D Live. I think he did like one stream on D Live, and I managed to catch it. And I followed him on D Live, and I had a conversation with him on D Live while he was doing his stream. He talked about how cool it would be if you could do a speedrunning leaderboard that only tracked um, runs, like IRL runs, right? Runs that are like verified by people as having happened, like at an event, for example, right? rather than runs that you would do from home behind a computer where nobody can see you. Like everybody sees you in person. There's the console. There's your controller in your hand. I see you. I see the TV. You do the run. We track it, and we put it on the site on the board. Boom. So we had a little conversation about how that might be cool and whether or not that'd be a good idea. He seemed like a nice guy to me. And the idea that he got bullied into killing himself by some fucking lame-o haters on the internet, like Meowtendo, potentially, it's painful to think about. And to think about that it could possibly happen again to this dude, whoever the fuck Karl Jobst is, with his cute little pumpkin kid that he should be around to take care of. And I would hate to think that maybe he wouldn't be because some fucking haters on the internet are gonna come at him and talk about he's inciting hatred and he's a shitter and blah 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 and ruin his reputation and ruin his fucking life. It's disgusting to me. So is that what this is all about? Is that where this is headed? That's the impression that I get. And because I'm getting that impression, I'm getting a bad impression about Meowtendo. Now I've heard some people, and I've wanted some people to come into this conversation with me and kind of temper me from just going on a complete rant about this. People that know Meowtendo and could potentially, speak up on her behalf. But none of those people wanted to join this conversation, so it's just me. She just seems like a fucking hater. It just seems like she's a filthy hater that wants to hate and not have to face any consequences for it and get away with it and not have to explain to anybody or anything and just hate. And I hate people like that. I hate haters. I don't like people hating on people, ruining people's reputations. I didn't like when people try to do it to me. I don't like when people try to do it. And this guy might be, for all I know, maybe he is inciting hatred. I don't know this guy. Show me. Put some shit in the comments. Send me some fucking tweets. Send me some videos. Maybe this guy is an absolute scumbag. I don't know. Maybe he is inciting hatred. But if you're gonna put that shit out on Twitter and try your best not to be responsible for it and try your best, maybe this is why she deleted it in the first place. Maybe she realized she made a mistake. You're gonna put that shit out there, somebody's gonna have something to say about it. And if you can't back it up, then don't put it out there. And don't go on a fucking crusade against somebody and try to ruin them just because your feelings are hurt and you're upset. I don't know. The whole thing just rubbed me the wrong way. The evasiveness, the defensiveness, the attacks. I don't like any of it. I think it's gross. Um, so plus one enemy for Crisco Wild, I guess, right? Because I'm blocked, so apparently that's another person that I'm not cool with. GG me. But that's how it be.